Hello, welcome back to BSLIVE. We are back with Plasticity and we're gonna take a look at curve array functions and how we can use it inside Plasticity. We can make something like this using the curve array. So basically, I want to show you that we can have like the beginning that's have this size of curve, and this you also have you can have like a smaller curve at the end, and you can kind of loft it, and we get this type of geometry. So let's take a look how we can create this. Clear the scenes. Okay, let's start with a spline curve and draw something from the top view. Okay, if you want to draw from the top view, you better actually just go to the top view and let's make something like that. And let's use a regular polygon, and let's use a triangle. Okay, now we want to kind of sweep this, but we don't want to use the sweep operations because we want to control the end scale of this like a sweep. So let's actually use select this curve, just this one without the path, and then tap F and then curve array. This function, I found that it's almost hidden, so you need to find these functions, and then we already select the original curve that we want to sweep, select the path, and we get this by default. So because by default it's created 10, and yeah, you can increase it, but I want to show you something. Okay, if you do it like this, some of them are overlapping, right? This will still kind of work, but be careful, because if you do this and then you tap L to loft it, it's gonna refuse. If you prevent the overlapping, this will actually work. So let's try again. Select this object, make this smaller, select this, and then F and curve array. Let's actually assign this as favorite, add to favorite. So we can select this F, and then this should be here, curve array. Now if you make it like not overlapping, and then we can start playing with the scale, make the ending actually smaller. In this case, you can actually add a twist as well. So let me try just twisting it, and then okay, so we got our curves still selected. You can L. Now we have our surface objects. Okay, and this is a not yet like a solid. It's just a sheet, but you can always close the ending. You can patch the ending, patch the whole, planar, non-smooth, or smooth. Okay, in this case it's just planar. Do the same thing, and now it should become okay. If you select all the shade object and then J, I believe it's become a solid object. Okay, so that sounds pretty simple and basics, but I want to show you anyway. And you can do the same thing, for example, with a spiral, and try to draw the spiral. Okay, something like that. Yeah, we can control the turn, we can control the radius. There's also the angle and the pitch that you can control. And then hit OK. So probably if the curve is have too many points, you can always rebuild the curve, I believe. Yeah, simplify the curve, right? And then try this time using a simple circle. So we draw it like that. Maybe can be bigger. We want to build some kind of horn, or I don't know, spiraling thing. This is basic, right? But still, I want to show you curve array. Select the path. Okay, be careful when they're overlapping. You cannot loft it after. So make sure that they're not overlapping. So plasticity is a bit quirky in a way that's kind of destructive, but you also have the curve that's generated along the way, so you can still control the curve after. Hit L. Okay, we managed to create this, which is kind of nice. So let's hide all this curve. So we already have this. We want to close this. I want to show you a trick also. Patch the hole, but you can also make it smooth. It's not always perfect. You wish this to be rounded, but this is better than nothing. Okay, something like that, and then you patch it, pick smooth. I mean, the ending can be planar or non-smooth or smooth, and then you can select continuity, G1 or G2. Yeah, I think that's probably what you want. So yeah, that's basically what it is. And then Control R if you want to add subdivision like that, or Control R and then Tab if you want to add this type of detail. So we can create a worm, like some kind of worms or a pipe. Okay, that's pretty basic, but you know, I want to show you anyway. And this can be useful if you are actually performing the same thing but on a 3D objects. Let's try this as well. Let's do it on a sphere. You can scale the sphere, and let's draw something using control point curve on top of this object, on the face. Okay, just basic like that, and then we create a circle. Right, and let's hide this. Let's do the same thing, perform that curve array, select the path, adjust the number, scale, and okay. After we have all this curve still being selected, L, Lofted, hit OK. The same drill, we select that part and then patch it, select smooth. Oh, in this case smooth doesn't work. Let me check. Okay, we have to do it on this object. Patch, smooth. Okay, that works. Same thing, we want to create like a worm type of patch, you know, beginning and ending. Okay, so we have this, which is cool. Let's save this as curve sphere. Let's refill our solid. We can use this to add details on our sphere. Just select both, and then Q, and then Q again, and then right click. So we boolean them into a single object. And of course this is pretty cool because we can blend the surface. This is I think one of, you know, like a Plasticity most desired feature. So kind of wish this Plasticity is like an add-on for Blender, you know, and it's gonna be so cool to be able to do this with any surface. Blender probably have add-on that does this, but while we are still dreaming, we can just use Plasticity for now. So we have this. What can we do now? We can actually, okay, this one, okay, F, we can, what's the word, extend, or curve, offset curve, raise all. Okay, you can offset, but be careful while doing that. Sometimes if it's too big or too small, okay, it won't do it for you. This one, seems to be very sensitive with the number. Okay, that seems to be working. Okay, we have this surface. It's not planar, but sometimes if it's like if the angle is right and if the surface is correct, Plasticity allows you to do this. Maybe it's kind of like it's tangent, and then somewhat it's just work. And maybe we can try deleting this area. Shift X. Now we're totally, yeah, I just want to show you that. Let's delete this, we don't need that. Okay, I make too many surfaces that separate. Okay, now let's actually use this guy and just mirror it. Okay, yeah, because they are kind of tangent, we can actually try to connect them somewhat. So L, so lofting, the kind of bridging them together. This is probably not a very good surface. Maybe we can try using line, HN, connected to HN. Okay, so the same thing, line, HN with HN. We have this curve and also this curve. Shift D. Okay, we have this curve, kind of creating like a boundary for a sheet that we haven't created. So but we can use patch hole, and apparently it doesn't work. Sometimes I wonder why. It's unfortunate, but I just use Lofting and seems to be working this way. If you are doing it this way, all right, maybe we have surface that's almost like too close together, is kind of overlapping. Doesn't like that. I don't know why. Here, the idea is to be able to close this. Use L. Select that curve, duplicate, and select this. Duplicate. Lofted together. Okay, but anyway, that's probably not gonna work in this case. But I like to, maybe for the next video I can try to make like a shoes or sandals. That's also a really good exercise. But if you want to practice what we learned today, that curve, so let's say we have this sphere and we can create this style of thing just for the leg, right? And we want to have the center part. Let's delete that. So we have this curve. Let's just duplicate it. Maybe patch, planner. Oh. Duplicate the curve, and same with this guy, duplicate it. So we have those two curves. We have the sheet. This curve is not totally like planar circle, that's why it doesn't work. In this case, I believe we can. Sometimes I just want to find the center of this piece. Let me try. Okay, patch the hole, planar. Select this object, duplicate it. Duplicate, so I can loft that. There's one operations that I forgot. I want to have the normal of this and then kind of scale it down so it's kind of planar. And after I do that, I want to be able to find the center of this. Let me try selecting this curve, hit O. Let's hide this sphere. I want to find the center. Let's use this line. If I draw, just gonna draw lines like that. We have the middle, and I can draw a line now. Yeah, plasticity is really like quirky in that way, you know. But now we have this, and we can round corner that areas, and select that guy. Maybe duplicate even. Make smaller. and then F curve array, select this. Right, so now we should be able to loft it if they are not overlapping, and we can scale. When you loft it, okay, by the way, you can also make it parallel, normal or parallel. Usually we want to use normal, and then hit OK, and then L. Okay, we have loft. Some areas might not be perfect, like in this case. If you are building, okay, if it's like a solid modeling, I believe you need to be, I mean, it's best to work with certain angle. It's not like totally random, like in this case, so you don't get like a nice result. Just keep that in mind. So in the case of like a sphere, perhaps it would be better just to make a cut like this, type C, and then make a cut. After you make a cut, you have this. If you're like designing like a robot, right, it's better to have this type of surface, I think. So you can now draw the sphere. Now this is something that you can easily loft it. Let's actually do that. Save. Robot. We have this circle. Let's draw a line. Now you have the center. And let's draw this type of lines. From the center, it's like perpendicular. Oh, yeah. Now we can, okay, we can use a trick. F curve array, select this guy, make a smaller scale, make sure there's no overlapping. This I actually want to have, yeah, I want to have something in between, so it's best to rebuild the curve first. Rebuild curve, the number of points, maybe same thing with this. I mean, the curve is not, it doesn't look perfect now, but it's okay. I mean, it's a little bit more organic. It's an experiment, so curve array, select this, make smaller scale, make sure they're not overlapping. Oh, I forgot. L, right click, this, F, curve array, select this object, make sure they're not overlapping, scale, right click, F, curve array, select this. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, this will work. Okay, L. Oh, it's refusing to loft it. Wonder why. Okay, that's interesting. F, curve array, select this. scale. Oh, I don't think this gonna work, but it actually does. It does work in these cases. Yeah, I think it's sometimes there's some kind of like limit. If it's not tangent or the result is kind of overlapping, it's just gonna refuse it, because I don't know, maybe it's because it's plasticity. It's actually worked. This one works, even though that curve is really small over there. Scale it. Oh man, selecting them. We could probably select them from outliner. Oh, okay, this works. Now we can hide all the curve. Select the ending while holding options and patch the hole, make it smooth. Patch the hole, make it patch, smooth. Now we just need to connect this with the big guy. First, Shift X, delete, get the sheet, select that, join, it's become solid. Now that it's become solid, then we can mirror, Q, okay, we have this kind of balls that's with the legs. It's really weird. Control R, that's my favorite command. I wish it's kind of going. Okay, sometimes Control R, it depending on your surface, give you different result. In this case, it's give us this. So anyway, just keep working on this guy. Weird result. I wish I can just draw lines across. And I believe you can do that using by drawing the line like that. Maybe, and then Shift I. So I don't know, maybe do it from the top view. Or maybe not. Control R. Okay, it actually it works. Okay. This is actually a cool thing about plasticity. You can still control. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I don't know. I like this shape. Save as. So sphere with legs. We can push this in. Now just mirror this again. Q. Not gonna do anything with the legs, just this guy. Control R. Yeah, and we can add details. O. push this in. Draw the eyes. Yeah, I don't quite like all these lines, so I just gonna delete all of these. Plasticity is, the more you work with it, I mean, you will have to do this sometimes. Delete all the surface and then you have to redraw it. Let's select the face. And then select these lines and then patch the hole. Okay, that's it's still doing that, so just gonna it's cleaner, I guess. Maybe just the top part. Okay, just the bottom part. Make it rounded corner, so it's like a smiley face. It's always good. Okay, that's actually what I wanted to create. Okay. Yeah, it's looking like a fish, right? Fish with legs. I just have to make the back. But I think the fish shapes and plasticity is like it's a beautiful beautiful organic design that we can apply on our like design, like a robot or any kind of things that you want to create. X. I guess I can delete that line so it's cleaner. This actually. Okay. Rotate. Yeah, okay, that's better. Okay. Maybe don't subdivide that area, just the back areas. Oh, okay. Like this, like fish. Okay, cool. I can just mirror it and our design is done. Okay, so some kind of organic fish with legs. Oh yeah, so basically I want to show you is that the curve array things, it can be really handy, although you can see it can be kind of quirky sometimes if you're making something and it doesn't want to do it. But if it doesn't do it, try again. It's really about getting the flow of the tools and just continue, try again, because like a human artist, you know, if you draw something and then you made mistakes, you can always redraw it. That's, I think, the power of human. Make mistakes, okay? Make mistakes. And Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much it for today. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.